Does anyone else really hate when someone asks you what your body count is, not because you think it actually matters, but because most of the numbers came from your high school ex-boyfriends when you were just in a really weird situation? You didn't want to make anyone uncomfortable and you're a people pleaser, so you just did it because they pressured you into it. But you can't say that because you didn't actually ever say no, but you really wish you did and you wanted to cry every time you thought about it. Because me too.
Men are the problem.
Men leave.
Are men trash?
Men or a bear?
It's because a man done did something.
Black women, I know you're going to take this as full disrespect, but I don't give a You can't be the most educated and the most new businesses started and be the most oppressed at the same time. That is the deflating I ever heard in my life. You got all this going on for you, yet you oppress. Black women claim they oppress, and yet they the most at something in the same breath. That's your mother work. I wish I would have. Man, I heard this so many times that I've been was supposed to make this damn video. Every time y'all bring that stupid up, every time you bring up them statistics, black women are the most educated. We started the most businesses and this and that, and yet you come over here on the oppression Olympics. The victim Olympics, y'all be professional victims to the point you don't even understand what the future is saying. You a professional victim, yet you the most educated and the most new businesses started. Stop the fatness.
And to kind of further elaborate, I can understand that bums are going to keep on coming up to you, but how do you keep on getting into relationships with them? How do they keep on conning you into getting in a relationship with them?
So my thing is, why are a lot of women so against 50-50 in regards to being in a relationship, but completely fine with it when there's a force?
Basically what women were saying, some women were saying in the comments was, well, since it wasn't 50-50 in a relationship, then I want it to be 50-50 when I leave so I can protect myself. In other words, I want to get my get back.
Hey, fellas, if you're trying to set up a date and you tell her, hey, let's do XYZ on Thursday or Friday, and she says, well, I'm busy on Thursday and Friday, and she doesn't give you any other alternative day or time if she's free, and she's leaving it up to you to, question and figure out where she's free, let me save you some time. She's not interested. Pack it up.
Exactly. Don't be going above and beyond for these women that ain't trying to check for you and give you no time.
Hey, how tall are you?
5'9".
All right, what's the minimum height that you would date?
6'1", yes. Have some nice babies.
How tall are you?
5'6".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
5'11". You got to be like 5. Really 6'0". 6'0", that's it. Something I can look up at.
How tall are you?
5'9".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
6 foot.
How tall are you?
6'2".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
6'4".
How tall are you?
5'6".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
6 foot.
How tall are you?
5'2".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
6'3", because my dad's 6'3".
How tall are you?
5'9".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
6 foot. I'm 5'3", no limit. Short kings matter.
How tall are you?
5'2".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
Minimum 6 foot.
How tall are you?
5'9".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
5'8".
How tall are you?
5'8".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
6'7".
Why you said?
That's how tall my man is.
Okay. How tall are you?
5'4".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
5'11", 6 foot.
How tall are you?
5'2".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
6'2".
Why is that?
Why?
Yeah.
Do I have to say it?
Okay.
I like to be thrown around. 5'7". 5'7".
A handful of the young ladies that had any kind of common sense.
Okay, I need my girlie's opinion on this because I'm stumped. I don't know what to do, but I just think it's so crazy. So I was married 10 years. I think the term ghosting came out like sometime during my marriage. Like beforehand, I don't know. Like I never had really heard of it, whatever. So one guy I was talking to for months. I was seeing him 1 to 2 times a week. Like dating without the title. I don't know. Like we were like spending time together every day, talking every day. Then all of a sudden, this man ghosts me. I don't hear from him for like 3 or 4 days. I am not a pursuer. I like to be pursued. So I don't reach out to him either. Then I finally decide, like, this is weird. Is he alive? Like, so I send him a text. Hello, are you alive? I don't hear from him for another day or two. And then he's like, oh yeah, I'm alive. I just went out of town and just kind of like disconnected. Okay. Hope you had a good time. We like talk a little bit, whatever. Don't hear from him again for another few days. So then I kind of call him out and I'm like, are you ghosting me? And he's like, no, I've just been like disconnecting. Since then, I have not talked to him for, I don't know, it's been a couple weeks at this point. We went from speaking every single day, all day sometimes, seeing each other 1 to 2 times a week, to nothing. This is what pisses me off though. Like, I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you're getting back with an ex. Like I have not cried tears over this because like my feelings weren't strong anyways. I just think it's incredibly disrespectful to like take so much of someone's time and just like discard them like they are trash. Like, that just feels so cruel. I don't care, even lie to me, like make up any excuse in the book, but like to have zero communication is wild to me. So like, what would you guys do? Because part of me wants to chew him out and just be like, hey, grow a pair, be an adult, and like communicate whatever it is you need to communicate with me. The other part of me is like, I don't want to give him any satisfaction that I've lost any sleep over it, that it's been on my mind. Like, I will discard you the same way you discarded me. And I don't know which route to take. What do we do? How do we do this? Let me know. Thanks. Bye.
It is disrespectful to do that. Take somebody's time and then discard them as if they were trash. Take somebody's money and then discard them as if they were trash. Take somebody's resources and then discard them as if they were trash. Take somebody's gifts and all of the things, experiences, trips, properties that they gave you, trying to be nice, purses, handbags, makeup, nails done, bills paid, that sort of thing, and then discard them as if they were trash. I totally agree with you.
Swear to God, if one more woman comes on this app and says what a wonderful, exceptional, phenomenal husband or boyfriend she has.
What are you going to do?
And then describes him as kind, nice, reliable, responsible, cleans, does laundry, helps around the house, is good and kind with his kids, plays with his kids, never shouts, doesn't get angry and aggressive, communicates, buys flowers, pays for things, opens doors.
You just named 15 qualities that most people never experience with their parents, but yet when women come on the internet and express their gratitude, show their appreciation that they found a partner that shows them qualities that they've never experienced before, all of a sudden those women are just accepting the bare minimum. At some point in time, some of you are going to start to realize that the only thing you consume is pink pill content, and that's why you just see the negativity in everything you do in your society, because you don't really enjoy good qualities when they come to you because you've been told that it's not good enough for you.
The truth teller, the dumb teller.
Can someone explain to me how men are supposed to meet a woman's standards and expectations if the goalpost is constantly changing? So you mean to tell me that women will ask for emotional support and that man will show up emotionally supportive but not in the ways that she needs, so she's criticizing him anyway? Or she'll say that she's not getting enough attention from a man, so that man will drop everything and create quality one-on-one time with her, but then she still criticizes him because it's not the kind of attention that she's getting from social media and the guys in her DMs, so it doesn't validate her experience. So she's still criticizing him even though he's attempted, and she dismisses his ways of giving her attention. Or how about in the dating stages of relationships where women start out saying that they're cool with casual dating, but then immediately once she catches feelings, the goalpost changes yet again because she's demanding a more committed relationship. And when that man falls short or doesn't give her what she needs, now he's a narcissistic and he's a liar because supposedly he didn't give her what she needed. Even though in the beginning of the relationship, she said she was okay with casual dating. Women will say that they need help with more household chores and household labor, so men will pick up the slack, they'll do more, but then she's complaining about the cars not working or the lawn not being done or him not taking the kids to daycare. So because he fell short in other areas, she's not giving him any praise for the areas that he's thriving in. So it's constant criticism. And men will even shift their standards to meet her expectations when it comes to emotional support, but she'll still criticize him because it's not the emotional support that she was expecting in her mind that she's conjured up. When you really think about it, maybe these men are actually just overachievers and they're actually hitting every single goalpost along the way to maintain the relationship. But the problem isn't with him, it's with her need to manipulate the situation. It's for her need of control. It's for her need to continuously thrive in chaos for more and more and more and more. And the expectations are so unrealistic that that's what keeps her unhappy and actually has nothing to do with what her husband or her boyfriend is doing. Similar to when a child gets straight A's, but then on that one report card, they get 1 B and the parents are looking at them like, what the heck? Why did you get a B? We're used to you getting straight A's. And this is exactly what we're seeing play out in society, where men are getting straight A's and maybe every now and then they get a B and their partners are looking at them like they're major ups and making them feel worthless, useless, and like they're not good enough. It's just another perfect example of how men show up in relationships and they constantly change for their partners, but then women change their partners into men that they don't even like. Okay, bye.
Yeah, these modern women be having men out here trying to kick an 80-yard field goal. And when they can't, if you're a bum or if you're broke, just say that. If you can't do it, if you're not strong enough, just say that. Girl, shut up.
I was married for 21 years and cheating was never an issue in our marriage. In fact, that was the least of my worries. Never had to worry about it. I never thought I did. I never had a feeling that I had to worry about it. Never on either part, either side. And then I got divorced and I come into the dating field and it is a absolute show. And if I had any idea what I was getting myself into, I probably would have stayed married.
That's interesting, which begs the question, why did you do it anyway? Modern women logic says that you would have done it because, oh, I'm too hot. I can find another man. I'm better than you, yada, yada, yada. And here we are, pretty and still getting done dirty.
Thing is, there are so many different scenarios where people get cheated on. And it's really sad that the person that's doing the cheating doesn't fully comprehend or understand the magnitude of their actions. They will literally defend everything in any way that they can, instead of just saying, I was wrong. So in hindsight, date how you're going to date and be who you're going to be, but at least own that. Say that shit with your chest and be honest with the people you are choosing to move with, because it's never okay and there is never a good excuse for cheating. When somebody has invested themselves in you physically, emotionally, financially, wholeheartedly, because you made them believe that they were the only one, because you felt like it was none of their business to know how you're moving, that's up. And you deserve to be with somebody who's just as up as you are.
And now you want to make a stand and tell people what they should be doing and what they should get and what they deserve. That's interesting coming from you. I can't find it in me to feel sorry for you, because not only it'd be one thing if you left and you just left them heartbroken, but likely in these scenarios, you leave and you take stuff with you. So not only do you take the man's emotions, his feelings, how he wanted things to end up, but you also take tangible items, possessions that he's spent 20 years, over 20 years, working towards, goals that he's finally reached, hoping that, well, you know, by the time I get to this age, it's going to be fantastic. And then a bomb goes off, a figurative bomb goes off in his life, to where now I got to pick up the pieces. I've got to figure out how to recreate this in a shorter time span. Stressful. So now you stress the man out. And once again, you want to make a stand. And you deserve what you people out here doing this and doing that, you deserve each other because y'all are trash. What about you? You don't think that you're trash for the things that you did to your man? Of course not. Modern women never take accountability and responsibility for the things that they do to other people.
So I exclusively date older men because it usually saves me from the debauchery that is men in their 20s. However, I went on a date yesterday with a gentleman who was in his mid-40s, and I went on a date with him because his profile was saying all the right things, looking for a classy woman, an elegant woman, a woman with taste and grace. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a gentleman. He's gonna be a put-together man. Silly me. I go meet with him for coffee. We had some chai lattes. It was about a 45-minute date altogether. We start sort of texting as it gets closer to nighttime. And we're just chatting about like what we're gonna do the next time we hang out, blah, blah, blah. And as we're talking, he suddenly, for some reason, thinks it's appropriate to ask me for a photo of my kitty. You're a stranger. You're a stranger. I've met you, I've known you in person for 45 minutes. Where's the disconnect? Because you can't say you want a classy woman and then expect the woman to do classless things. I'm sorry, you don't want a woman of class. You want a different, you're thinking of something else. Sorry, but a woman of class, a woman that respects herself, is not sending out photos of her vajayjay left and right to every guy who asks for it. It's so frustrating, and it's already so hard to date. And these men like this just make it so much harder. Because as soon as I said, oh, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. You just post. There's other places online where you can find what you're looking for. If you just want some, you know, go get it elsewhere. Why are you trying to solicit nude photos from a girl you've been on one coffee date with? Ew. At your big grown age, it's embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing.
I mean, you could have asked them questions, but you were reading stuff on paper as most modern women do. So you got to get better at asking questions. Once again, maybe a phone call to ask said questions after getting done bad for so long would be the way to go. But what do I know?